Rhonj recap. Joe Gorga claims Gia told him he can do better than Melissa. Joe Gorga is calling out his niece, Gia Judas, for encouraging him to leave wife Melissa Gorga amid speculation that she cheated on him. Gia calls me up, and she's like, "You know, I heard what happened. We just think that you can do better." Mommy, Teresa Judas, thinks so. We all do. The reality star recalled in a confessional that aired during Tuesday's Real Housewives of New Jersey. Joe claimed Gia called after Teresa and her then-fiancé, Louis Rulas, secretly invited him over to tell him that Melissa was allegedly being unfaithful. "They told me about this rumor, this cheating rumor, and they continue to push this issue." And Rulas goes, "No, there's multiple men," Joe added in his confessional. "I'm sitting there as they're telling me basically to, leave Melissa." Joe Gorga claims that niece Gia Judas told him to leave wife Melissa Gorga because he can do better. Joe described the dramatic conversation in a confessional on Tuesday's explosive episode of Rhonj. "We just think that you can do better. Mommy, Teresa Judas, thinks so. We all do." Joe claimed his niece said of his sister and her family. Earlier in the episode, Joe explained that 6 months prior, Rulas called him and told him he needed to see him right away to tell him something very important. "So I go to Teresa's house and Louis says, 'We heard that Melissa cheated on you.' I go, 'Guys, you got the wrong girl,'" Joe continued. The conversation was again brought up after co-star Danielle Cabral alleged she had heard Melissa kissed another man in the back of a car seat. Joe also recalled being told by his sister, Teresa, and brother-in-law Louis Rulas left that his wife was cheating. "Let's be f***ing really honest, I already heard this story," Melissa firmly told Cabral, clapping back at the allegations. "His sister called him secretly over to her house without me to tell him this story behind my back." Melissa slammed her f***ed-up sister-in-law for spreading a baseless rumor, arguing that Teresa feeds on us getting a divorce. Half the reason he can't look at Teresa in the eyes is because she called him over to her house that day, Melissa claimed. However, Teresa and Louis both disagreed with Melissa and denied that she had anything to do with Rulas telling Joe about the rumors. "First of all, it wasn't his sister, it was Louis," Teresa said in a confessional, claiming Rulas only did it so that Joe could get in front of it. Rulas also told the Gorgas that Teresa didn't want to call him, so don't go blaming Teresa. The bombshell led to the two couples getting into an explosive argument at the final party, with Melissa calling Teresa a loser, Teresa clapping back and saying Melissa is disgusting and Rulas, and Joe nearly getting into a physical altercation. "Why are you looking like that with your eyes? What's the matter? Why are you talking like this?" Melissa asked Rulas at one point, referring to his eyes bulging out. "I'm the one getting all this seed. Thank you very much." The situation led to an explosive fight at a cast party, with Teresa calling Melissa disgusting and Melissa calling Teresa a loser. Melissa also went after Rulas, saying, "What's the matter? Why are you talking like this?" Rulas quipped back, "You're welcome." The response quickly angered Joe, and he charged toward his future brother-in-law before the husbands held both of them back. "Don't get in her face angry like the devil. I mean, who talks to a woman like that?" Joe asked in a confessional. The altercation and accusation ultimately results in the Gorgas not attending Teresa and Rulas' wedding, arguing that the two were constantly trying to destroy Melissa's marriage to Joe. "Everything that Teresa has been trying to say about me since I'm 24 years old, this was all her doing. I don't need to deal with toxic people that want to bring me down, even if they come in the shape of your family," Melissa concluded in a confessional.